everyone, to the January 9th meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. And I would please ask Captain Vance from the Sheriff's Office to lead the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Captain. I'm Barb Lewis, President of the board this year. This is our first meeting. We have with us Commissioner Gary Merrill, our Administrator, Tracy Davies, Deputy Administrator, Don Houston, and we have Jennifer and Brandy. Let's begin.
Resolution number 25-01, in the matter of approving electronic record of proceedings from regular meeting held December 23rd, 2024.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 25-01. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton is absent today. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
We do not have any public comment today. That brings us to item number 3, resolution number 25-02. In the matter of approving purchase orders and in now certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CM APR 0108.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 25-02. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 2503. In the matter of approving travel expense request.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 25-03. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 25-04. In the matter of a new liquor license request from Lost in the Woods LLC, doing business as Lost in the Woods Bike Shop, and forwarding to the Ohio Division of Liquor Control with no objection and no request for a hearing.
So moved.
Second, vote.
Vote on motion.
I'm sorry, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 25-04. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 25-05, in the matter of a new liquor license request from Bento's Lunch LLC and forwarding to the Ohio Division of Liquor Control with no objections and no request for a hearing.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 25-05. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 25-06, in the matter of approving an agreement with County Engineer Chris Boserman to perform the duties of the position of the County Drainage Engineer.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The county drainage engineer position is responsible for complying with the EPA regulations for water quality management in our activities and in our infrastructure. It's a role that I've held for several years. I'm glad to continue in that role, and the code authorizes an agreement between the Board of Commissioners and the county engineer, and the agreement that's before you is the same terms as they've been for the last few terms, so there are no changes other than the dates, and I'm glad to continue in that role.
Oh, well, we're glad you are too. Very glad, Engineer Bowserman. Okay, any further comments? Vote, please.
Vote on motion 25-06. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution
Thank you.
number
Thank you.
25-07. In the matter of approving the request for proposals and setting the date and time to receive proposals for the provision of economic development, management, advisory, and consulting services for Delaware County.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Good morning, Eric Hostetler, General Counsel. This resolution would authorize a request for proposals for economic development services for the county, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions?
No questions.
Vote, please.
Vote on motion 25-07. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 25-08, in resolution of necessity for purchase or lease of motor vehicles for the use of the Delaware County Sheriff's Office.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Good morning. Pardon me. Good morning again. Hey, this is just a continuation of maintaining a serviceable fleet. We have 5 of the vehicles that are currently on a lease program that are due to be turned in this year and replaced. We're replacing another 2 of the administrative vehicles that are 2014. They'll be auctioned off and move into the lease program as well. Be glad to answer any other questions you might have.
Any questions for Captain Vance? All right, vote please.
Vote on motion 25-08. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Captain.
That brings us to administrator reports.
Good morning, Tracy Davies, Administrator. We had our Transportation Improvement District meeting yesterday. Just a couple updates on some projects. Good news, the new interchange for I-71 at 3637 will be starting, the first phase will be starting, Phase A, this year. We anticipate advertisement for bid in March and hopefully awarding the contract in the May timeframe. The first phase will include the initial ramps to I-71 and connect Wilson Road. So that will be a much-needed project to help
Yes.
alleviate some of the traffic issues. So that continues to move along. And then also an update on the Orange Road Railroad grade separation. We were notified that we received a $5 million grant from the state through the grade crossing elimination program. We're still waiting to hear back from the federal government. We have a grant application in for $21 million for a rail crossing elimination program. So hopefully we will get some good news in the not too distant future, but this project continues to move along. The total cost of the project is between $35 and $40 million. We also had the Finance Authority meeting last night. Commissioner Merrill was there to swear in two board members, and it was an uneventful meeting, and just a lot of usual business, and that's all I have today.
Boy, thank you. That's really good news then on that $5 million.
Yes.
The cost, we'll wait for the feds on that too, but the cost, the overall cost, wow, they're between 35 and 40 million.
Yes,
That's huge.
very large cost.
Gee.
I have nothing, thank you.
Oh, okay. What about your meeting the other night with Transit?
I did not attend the meeting. They actually just sent the email with
Oh,
their-
good, with all the updates,
with all
thank
the
you.
updates, yes, and I know you were gonna mention that, so I didn't. want
Right,
to-
okay,
Yeah.
okay, sure. I better let Commissioner Merrill go first.
Well, I don't have much today, just a couple things. First of all, new year, new opportunities as we begin this year. There's a lot on our plate to address during the year, as there always is. I am going to make an editorial comment, as I sometimes do. Never have I seen two politicians do such a poor job as Gavin Newsom and the idiot mayor in LA, who in an interview was asked a dozen questions and never said a single word as to why they have the problem with the fires in that community, those communities out there. They were an embarrassment, and it's unfortunate. She returned from Africa, I think, the day before, and literally did not have one-word answers to any of the questions that she was asked. It's not the way most electeds run their offices or do their jobs, and she set a poor example for all of us, and I hope the committee takes appropriate action to change that. And that's all I have.
Okay. And our general counsel and other deputy administrator, Eric, anything that you have to add? Okay, thank you. I do want to mention, Delaware Transit. And you have been so instrumental in helping them along, Dawn. And do you want to say something before I do, as far as the email that they sent us about the increased
Sure,
flying?
yes. We received an email earlier this week from Andy Volnick, Director of DCT, just highlighting their accomplishments for 2024, and they continue to basically hit it out of the park, I think. They're doing a fantastic job. Their ridership increased exponentially, and their trips increased by 30% over the prior year. And they continue to really serve those in need in our community for transportation, and continue to do a great job. And some of the stories that you hear from them, just in terms of the extra things that their drivers do and their staff does as well, just to help their ridership
Yes.
is really inspiring. So I'm happy to be the liaison between this office and DCT, and they do have a meeting, I think, next Wednesday,
Okay.
which I will be attending as
Okay.
well. So,
And under Andy's leadership and the board, you're right. I mean, just the increases. I know in the email to you, Andy mentioned 124,000 trips within the city of Delaware. Approximately 2.7 trips per resident in the city of Delaware. 39.42 increase from last year's service, again, within the city. And they have reached out to Sunbury, several different areas now, too. So, I mean, we've got an excellent transit service. And I mean, tough to do when our county is divided in population. A lot in the southern end, the city is a huge part of this. Actually, overall, for the county, it was 154,540 trips. And as you mentioned, that 30% increase from 23. So it's really, they're just doing a wonderful job, thanks to Andy and their board. And we pray for all those in Los Angeles. We have friends there, and they have been sending us pictures. And you've seen the pictures, I'm sure. I mean, it's just horrific. So God bless them all, and I hope they get the water they need and the services that they need to put out these terrible fires. Anything else? We do have need for executive.
We do. Resolution number 25-09, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of pending or imminent litigation.
So moved.
Second, discussion vote.
Vote on motion 25-09. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye. We are now in executive session.
Thank you.
Thank you.